me uh, going off into the woods. It was a beautiful place. It is a beautiful place that I have been often. Today, I wanted to talk about the joy of today. Maybe it's a function of getting older. Maybe it's a function of a lot of work, or maybe just what is, right? There's so much, so often that I do two dumb things, and I want to share them with you and invite you to consider what I'm learning from them. One dumb thing that I do a lot is at night, I'll get ready to go to bed and I'll, brush teeth and do all the grooming things you do to get ready to go to bed. I take my contacts out and I have these great big, really large contacts because I have weird eyes. And right when I get ready to go to bed, I have this feeling some nights that's a little bit of trepidation. And last night I didn't have it. And I said, but the night before or 2 nights ago, I did. And I started to think about what is the cause of that? And I think it might be because I got to the end of the day and thought, oh, I didn't do everything I wanted to do or thought I was supposed to do or was going to do. See, wow. Choking on the very idea. Anyway, but I thought, how ridiculous is that? Because of two reasons. One, I'm a doer of stuff anyway, kind of by nature. I love doing things. And there's very little time that I sit around, and I don't watch TV a lot. Some nights I'll sit for an hour and watch some piece of an episode of some program from 10 or 15 years ago or whatever. And I thought, how ridiculous, because I do stuff, right? And then I thought, I think this is left over. And this is why I'm sharing it with you in case you feel like this. Left over from the time when I tied my worth to what I got done. And if I didn't get everything done and then some, I somehow felt like I wasn't, measuring up. And so I just thought about that last night and thought, all right, I'm done with that. Today is what it is. And when it's done, it's done. My commitment today and every day is to do all that I can that is joyful and to have it all be joyful. Right? Like I can't look at a beautiful picture like this without feeling a sense of wonder and a sense of joy and a sense of being drawn into the forest and the mystery of where the roads go and the fork in the road and, all that kind of stuff. And so I called today's episode or today's conversation the joy of today, because today is all we really have. And at the end of the day, feeling like, gee, I didn't do enough. Not anything specific, like no specific thing came to mind. It was just a sort of vague feeling that it wasn't, quote, enough. And so I dismissed that on purpose. And the other thing that happens is in the morning, sometimes when I get up, I have a sense of all the things that I'm supposed to do, all the panoply, the whole schedule of things to do comes up. And I've learned now to quit doing that. And instead, might have a calendar full of things, but to just sit in the joy of being alive, like I woke up another day. There was a time in my life when that wasn't guaranteed at all. And it never is for any of us. And so rather than worry at night that I didn't do enough or in the morning about all that I have to do, I've just decided to live in the complete joy of this moment. So I'm making this video right now, rejoicing in the picture behind me, rejoicing in you, rejoicing in the love of life in every single second. Like I'm breathing and alive. Wow, it could be otherwise. And so are you, or you wouldn't be watching. Yay for you and me both. And the joyful thing is I get to create right here, right now, what's in front of me. And another thing that I used to do that struck me because of a message I got this morning was how much we let past things hang over us. It's like bringing extra baggage all the time. Well, if you think about it, as we get older, the number of days that we've had is bigger and bigger and bigger. And so all the baggage we could bring is even more. And what do I mean by baggage? Well, stuff I didn't do, or stuff I did that was not the best, or later somehow I judge it to be not the best, or somebody said it wasn't good. And so I worry about maybe they're right. And maybe I should have done this or should have done that. And I don't know about you, but I ended up with all this baggage of stuff that I could not do anything about at all. And it ended up contaminating the day all the time. So I always felt behind, 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 behind. Let me propose an alternative. Then this is what I've learned to do. Everything that I didn't get done before, or that I did wrong, or that failed, or didn't work out like I thought, those are just experiences. And I choose to learn from those, to enjoy them. I had it. I tried this. I tried that. I did this. Ooh, I wouldn't do that again. And that's an opportunity, a wonderful, cherished opportunity to just have all those things be for my experience and do me good. And it was hard for me because I've made lots of mistakes in my life. Maybe you haven't, but I've done lots of things that if I look back and think, wow, that hurt some people, or that was wrong, or that might have been not the best choices, or wasn't the best choices. And some, if I think about them, could be huge sources of guilt. But I can't carry that, because if I could, and I did for a long time, but if I carry it, what it means is I'm only half alive today. And the thing that I've learned and embrace and share as a possibility with you is, in order to be fully alive today, that's a choice. The baggage of yesterday need not be brought along. The learnings from yesterday should be. And there's a huge difference between the learnings from yesterday and the baggage from yesterday. The learning from yesterday simply consists of the memory of what things worked, what didn't, what went well, what went not as expected, and then learn something from that without emotion. The baggage from yesterday is the blame, the guilt, the shame, blaming somebody else or something else for why stuff didn't go well, or the guilt or shame that I did that wrong. Oh, I said that wrong. I shouldn't have done this, and all that. And so I have now finally learned, and I offer this to you as an opportunity to carry all the learnings from yesterday, the good ones and the rough ones, the bad ones, right? And none of the baggage. That's been really important for me, because I carried so much baggage that I was crippled. And as time went on, I was more and more crippled because there was just more of it. And time and my inability to change the past seemed to compound and multiply each other, until it came to a place where I was paralyzed a lot, trying to do things and carrying the baggage of stuff I could no longer fix. And so, what I finally, the way I might be describing this poorly, but as a possibility I offer for you: love yourself, forgive yourself, and create with all your heart. Choose to add good to the world. Believe in yourself. Believe in your divine heritage, your gifts and talents, and then make a choice to go serve with them. And yeah, there may be and will be opportunities for you to do good in situations that might need some mending or repair. And so be open to that, be available for that, and do it. But do it without the baggage, because the baggage taints all the stuff that you could do. So do it with an open heart. That's a possibility. It works for me. The joy of today is remembering that I'm alive and breathing. The joy of today is I can experience today any way I want, and I choose unconditional joy because I get to. Why would I choose anything else if I get to be in joy? I don't know. So I don't. And sometimes I think, wow, I wish I'd have learned that a long time ago. But everything happens as it should when it should. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whatever time it is for you, today, this day here, there's a possibility. What if from this moment you lived in the joy of today? What's available right here, right now to do, regardless of the circumstance? How would life be different for you if I, for us, if you or I or both lived every breath, every moment in the joy and love of the opportunities before us. The moments in front of us are going to pass by either way, right? And our opportunity is to just observe this moment or to make it better, to raise the vibration, if you will, to raise the joy quotient, to pour a cup of good in this moment, a cup of joy, a cup of kindness, a cup of acknowledgement, a cup of service. And I found after my interesting long background with experimenting with other ways of looking at it, that making a choice to add good to the world in every moment produces the most happiness for me and the most benefit for those I live around and associate with. I love you for every ounce of good that you're doing, and I would encourage you with all my heart to just keep at it. I found that doing good, adding good to the world, loving and serving those around you, that's been a ticket to happiness for me. And though it took me a long time to live it, it's a joyful and beautiful place that I get to inhabit now every day and live in the joy of today. We'll see you tomorrow.